Alright, today I'm going to share with you Raina and her foot that I have been rehabbing since last September. It's just August now, I guess first week in August. But I'm going to tell you something. She came walking up here to get her food like a comfy girl, even though foot is not done rehabbing, but we're getting there. She blew a pretty big abscess a couple weeks ago. It's actually, the hole is right in there. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Okay, good girl. So the problem that she had is that can you get your foot out of the food? There you go. Oh, back in the food. No, go back a little. Okay, she's gonna stand in her food. Is that her heels were left very long. They're still quite tall, and that's unhealthy, and that's caused her to put all of her weight on her toes and for her coffin bone to crush the circulation in the front of her foot. So due to, that was a bug, due to the farrier work that she was getting for about, 11 years, her foot was in a constant state of disease and imbalance, and she had poor circulation. So she's been in boots for 99% of the time for the last 10 plus years. I thought that she was prone to laminitis, and actually what was going on is that her foot was definitely laminitic, but not because of feed or grass, but because of the work that was being done on her feet, the way she was being trimmed. So I'm sharing this with you because I'm a pretty educated horsewoman, and I was being convinced that my farrier knew what was going on. So since I've taken over, she's been out of the boots now for quite a while, and her feet are healing. But you can see, I'm going to lift her back up here. Oh, Mark, come on. I worked so hard for that. Get your food. Come here. Wait, let me see if I can. Okay, there you go. All right. So, anyway, I was convinced that my farrier was doing a good job and that I was incapable of doing it myself, and that was all untrue. So you can see, I'll show you a couple things, that her frog is still very pencil thin. The back of her foot's still not very broad, but she is starting to develop some concavity in the sole, and this was very flat. And then what you're seeing up here at the tip, at the toe, is the separation, old separation that's growing out. And we'll just have to see how well her foot, will develop over time. So my job is to, foot is to keep bringing these heels down as much as her foot can functionally allow, meaning that her foot is going to dictate how far I can take her heels down, and so it's just incremental and kind of consistent. I've been doing it kind of frequently, but I'm trying to be less frequent and let her foot have more of a chance to do its own thing. And when I say bring heels down, I'm saying to bring them to the level of her sole where it is currently. And here's that abscess place and tissue. Okay. So think of it like a dog with a nail, and if the nail's really long, then the quick adjusts foot to, it gets longer. And the same thing happens with the foot. Builds more tissue, okay? And especially if it's trying to protect the coffin bone, then it'll just keep building tissue thicker and thicker in the back of the foot and not release any of it. And that is part of the mechanism that's constricting foot circulation. And so here she's releasing quite a bit at the heel. I'm going to take this little high part down here. I know. I got you. Okay, good. So you'll notice I'm not taking anything at the toe because the toe is so compromised. Okay, foot. Ready? That's my girl. I know, I hear it too. There's a bug. There's a bug. So I'm trying to just level out some high spots. We've got a nasty bug hovering around us. I'm taking a little bit more sole down here, again, only at the back of the foot, where we're trying to stimulate more versus the toe of the foot, which right now, right here, it is above the wall. The wall is not to the ground yet. That should develop over time. I'm going to clean that out just so you can see how much separation there is between the wall, okay, and the toe. And what I might do, because that material at the toe is, I don't know, this is kind of, it's kind of a judgment call, but this material here is a little bit higher than everything else. So I think what I'm going to do is just try to see if it'll let me take a tiny bit, okay? She's got a bug going on here. You got a bug, baby? Good girl. Foot. Thank you. Foot. Thank you. So I'm just going to see if this wants to come off a little bit, and it really doesn't, so I'm going to leave that alone. And the way I can tell if it wants to come off is it'll shed like Swiss cheese, or grated cheese, I mean, like it is here. Here, nothing's happening, and that's as it should be because that tissue is protecting the toe of the coffin bone. All right, so let's see. Foot. Thank you. I'm just going to look at her heels. Come down a little bit more. And the sole. And nothing will come off that doesn't want to, which is nice. Okay. So I trim her about once every, I don't know, I think I've gone like a whole week. Maybe longer. Maybe longer. Let's try even that out a little. Look at where we're at. Okay. She says, back please. I want it back please. Good girl. I don't know if you can see, but it's not making a huge change, but it's enough to, again, try to stimulate the back of that foot and ultimately foot. Oh, right in the foot. And then ultimately, we're going to build this heel. I don't know if you can tell from there, but her frog is still sitting below her heel. Try to open that up a little bit more. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay. All right, so we're going to leave that there for today. And then we'll just watch her progress. Thank you so much for, let's see, I don't know if you can see me, but thanks so much for watching this video. I'm passionate about helping people understand what's going on with their horse's feet and to take responsibility, take control, empower themselves to make healthy decisions. for their horses, because we can't always rely on the people who we trust, and that's really unfortunate. So please educate yourself. If you have any questions about your horse's feet or any questions in general, please give me a shout. You can go to my website, purejoyhorsemanship.com, to get more information, and I offer hoof rehabilitation consultations too, so locally and virtually.